We now welcome in ESPN.com senior boxing writer Dan Rayfield. And Dan, what is Pacquiao hoping to accomplish with this lawsuit?
Well, I know that the negotiations for this fight have been ongoing, but I just got off the telephone with Daniel Petrocelli, who is the attorney for Manny Pacquiao, literally moments before coming on the air, and I asked him that exact question. And his point was, regardless of whether or not they're negotiating this fight, that that the comments that they alleged that the Mayweather people had made were irresponsible and reckless and malicious, and they had to answer it no matter what. And so they felt like they had no choice but to file the lawsuit regardless of whether or not the fight takes place.
Dan, from the outside, it looks like both camps could be potentially hyping up this fight more. What's your read on this?
That is absolutely not true. And I can understand because of the history of what goes on with the craziness of boxing and trying to get promotion and all that kind of stuff, that of course that happens, and it has happened many times. In this particular instance, absolutely not. If anybody thinks that this is nothing more than a publicity ploy, they are crazy. I've been living this night and day for the last couple of weeks, and I'm telling you, talking with both sides, this is as serious as a heart attack in terms of boxing business. They're not trying to hype the fight. I think, actually, frankly, the lawsuit may be the last knife, in the heart, so to speak, to kill this fight. It's not dead yet, but it's dying right now.
What are the chances that this thing does finally get done and we do see a fight on March 13th?
All along, I've been an optimist in this because I figure, there's so much money involved in this fight. You're talking about as much as maybe, in the ballpark of, $35, $40, $45 million per side in a fight like this. And that in boxing, because money rules, it's always the bottom line, that you figured, okay, they're having some issues. They can't figure out how to do the drug testing protocol. At some point, they're going to work it out, and we're going to have a fight because there's too much money to throw it all away. My optimism has faded quite a bit over the last couple of hours, and between this lawsuit coming out, an apparent fact that you have Pacquiao with his heels dug in filing this lawsuit, and you have his promoter Bob Arum down on a beach in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, drinking up a storm and hanging out and telling everybody that calls him that he's going to not make this fight while his business people in the United States are trying to negotiate the fight, and he's down there saying we're going to make a fight between Manny and another fighter, Yuri Foreman, is, they can't even get their own houses in order. So it seems like an unmitigated disaster right now. And frankly, if they don't make the fight and it doesn't come off, it might as well be Golden Boy Promotions and Top Rank and Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather throwing a nuclear bomb on the sport of boxing, because it is an absolute disaster for the industry.
Wow, that will be certainly a disappointment for a lot of boxing fans who are out there. ESPN.com senior boxing writer Dan Rayfield. Dan, thanks for joining us.
Hey, you got it. Thank you.